And there's one question too I want to ask. People have been talking about it, and Okwabochia, bus is free, education is free, healthcare is free.
Yeah.
Is it true?
First of all, there is nothing free in the world. The thing that you might consider to be free, someone is paying for it somewhere or somehow.
Yeah.
So I
Even
think
waste
management is a white collar job.
Okay.
For you to get Sabola Kano. Yeah. You need to apply. There are some things that I think you go through some short course. It's nothing difficult. But for you to get that position, it's very, very difficult because there are a lot of people applying for that. You know, it's not like you need special qualifications, but there are a lot of people who want it. If it comes to enjoyment, as a Ghanaian, you have to consider a place where there are a lot of Ghanaians living. So cities like that are Hamburg, Düsseldorf, and Bremen too has Ghanaians, but you know, Bremen, Hamburg, Oldenburg, you know, all these places they are closer, so you can live in one of these cities. But if it comes to a good paying job or where there are jobs, the southern part of Germany.
Hello, welcome to Potbelly TV. I'm your host, Mr. Jakpata.
Thank you very much.
So, for instance, another question is, when I moved into Germany, I brought some cash.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for an apartment. You see, for us, you go through the agent, you have to find an agent. The agent will roam you will be going out. Or do So is it the same with Germany?
Well, first of all, before you get an apartment in Germany, you need to have worked for some time because you need to submit your pay slip. So if you are new in Germany, Germans will say sofort, like that's not possible because you don't have pay slip. First of all, what you need to find is a job. So you need to patch with someone. Before you come to Germany, you need to have someone that you're coming to stay with. It's not like you just come and then you find an apartment because you don't have pay slips. It doesn't work like that. And that is if you already have your documents. Yeah, I think you are talking about someone who already has their document. Yeah, so find a place to patch, find a job. If you get your pay slips, then you can apply for a place to rent. And there are agents there as well.
Okay.
But you can also do it online. You can just type in Wohnungssuche, like searching for an apartment, depending on the city where you want to find the apartment. So if it's in Essen, Wohnungen in Essen, or let's say apartments in Essen. I'm using Essen because that's where I lived when I came to Germany. Yeah. So you need a pay slip. Yeah. You need to have a good credit score. And I think that's it. The credit score is very important. They call it Schufa. So they will check with the Schufa whether you have a problem with your finances. If Schufa says no, then you can forget it. But if you are new, you don't have that kind of problem. So just find a job, submit. I think after 3 months, they need 3 months pay slip. I'm not sure about that, but you need to have your pay slips. Yeah, that's it.
So what are some best cities in Germany?
From my experience, someone might have a different person might have a different experience.
Yeah.
And if you say best,
that's what I was about to say. Best maybe in terms of transportation, the cost of living, the pubs, the social lives.
Okay. So transportation, like I said, is the same everywhere.
Yeah.
If you get your 49 euro ticket, you can go everywhere you want. So it's the same thing. If it comes to enjoyment, as a Ghanaian, you have to consider a place where there are a lot of Ghanaians living. So cities like that are Hamburg, Düsseldorf, and Bremen too has Ghanaians, but you know, Bremen, Hamburg, Oldenburg, you know, all these places they are closer, so you can live in one of these cities. But if it comes to a good paying job or where there are jobs, the southern part of Germany, Bayern. So Bayern is a federal state. and the capital is München or Munich. So yeah, first of all, let me explain something. So Germany has 16 federal states. Now, 3 of them are called Stadt, which means they are a federal state at the same time they are a capital. And these 3 are Hamburg, Bremen, and Berlin. So the federal state for Hamburg is Hamburg, the capital is Hamburg. Bremen is also Bremen, and Berlin is Berlin. If you come to where I live, North Rhine-Westphalia, it's the federal state, the capital is Düsseldorf. Good. Best, like I said, in terms of where you find Ghanaians, because you want to be able to relate, you know.
And integrate quickly too.
Very good. And if you need help, because of maybe the language barrier, it's easier to communicate with someone that you understand. So Hamburg, they are there, Bremen, Düsseldorf, or let me say, if you come to North Rhine-Westphalia, the cities are closer to each other. So Düsseldorf, Duisburg, Essen, Köln, you know, all these places. So the reason why I'm explaining is I don't want to limit it to only a city. I want to make it broad. So the federal state, if you go to Westphalia, you're going to get so many cities that you find a lot of Ghanaians. That's why I made an example. Essen, Mülheim, Düsseldorf, they are all in North Rhine-Westphalia. And these are places where there are a lot of Ghanaians. In terms of jobs, if you go to Bayern, so Nuremberg is in Bayern and some other cities in Bayern, you're going to get jobs. As to whether you're going to find a lot of Ghanaians, I don't know. I can't tell. I know about jobs, 100%, Southern Germany, Bayern. People, like I said, and what else did you say? You said enjoyment, right?
Yes.
So
the social life.
Yeah, I'll link enjoyment and social life together. Because it's these same Ghanaians that will organize the parties for you. There we call it agro. So they'll be asking, agro be na ekos, chalo bi wario, agro we na ekos. This is the type of enjoyment we have over there. Or football. So in Oberhausen is also in North Rhine-Westphalia. So we have a Ghanaian team over there where we train on Sundays. Every Sunday, whether winter or summer, we are there. And there are a lot of Ghanaians that come to play ball over there. So now we've made it into something like a coup, you know. So people pay dues. If you want to be part of us, you pay a monthly due of 10 euros. And we organize matches. This year we've played against Hamburg, also Oberhausen against Hamburg. We've played against Hannover. We've played against Cologne. You know, so all these things bring about fun. And sometimes if we are playing home, not sometimes, anytime we play home, if we are done, we refresh the people, you know. We also played against Amsterdam, and it's fun. And every Sunday is fun. After match, we sit down, talk to each other, you know, reflect things that went on during the week. Because during the week, you don't have time to do all those things. So if you want to be happy, consider those things. Places where you find things like that. That's what I would say. So if you are coming, consider Hamburg and North Rhine-Westphalia as a federal state, and then you get those cities that I mentioned.
With the we talked about the healthcare system. So our brothers there who don't have Nkata, they don't have documents. How do they manage the health?
That's a good question. There's only one way. You have to go in there with someone's health insurance card, someone that looks like you. Otherwise, you can't go to the doctor and say you are sick and you need help, but you don't have an insurance card. Because if you get there, the first question they ask you is, physician's card, insurance card, please. That's the first thing they're going to ask you. So if you don't have that, you shouldn't even think of going there. And so what people do is they go there with the cards of other people, you know, people that look like them. At first, we used to have some Ghanaian doctors who understand the situation, you know. But some have retired and some are dead. So for now, it's difficult. I mean, it's difficult in terms of going to meet a Ghanaian doctor who will help you. So what people do is they go with the cards of other people. That's the only way. Maybe there are some other ways, but so far, this is what I've seen.
So you've already touched on whilst you can work while studying. What are some of the work requirements?
Okay. For for you to a student's job. That's what you mean, right?
Yes.
Whilst you're studying, if you're studying,
Yes.
you can't do a full-time job. So you have to do what
Some
we
hours.
call mini job.
Okay.
Yeah. So mostly it's 2 hours or 4 hours. I don't think you need any requirement because most of these jobs are, like I said, house sales jobs. You are there to help them. Unless what you are studying, you want to do something in that field. So with that also, you can apply, and they will tell you, every company has their own requirements. So I cannot say there's a general requirement for everyone. But maybe let's say you want to work at Lidl. You want to work at how do I say cashier? The people that take the money after you've bought your stuff. Is there a cashier?
The cashier,
You know.
the tellers, and
Exactly. So if you want to work there, probably they'll ask you about a requirement will be the German language, because you need to be able to communicate with the people. You know, you need to know how much money you are taking, you know. Yeah. So apart from that, if there will be any other requirement, then it has to be internal, like the company's own requirement. I don't think there's a general requirement for these house help jobs. Yeah.
is it easy to open a bank account?
If you have the documents, let me say it's even obligatory. You need to have it. So it's nothing difficult. No, it's not a big deal. As long as you have the documents.
But if, okay, it's the same way. So for temporal, so like a visitor.
As a visitor.
Yeah, as a visitor. Is it possible to open a bank account?
I think it's possible, but you know, for me, I'm very careful if I'm not sure about something, you know. I think it's very possible, but I can't tell 100%. Yeah.
So the relationship with the Ghanaian community. So people who don't have the
wait. There's one thing. There are some online banks that it's open to everyone.
Okay.
Yeah? So like N26, for example, if you're a visitor, you can just open an account.
Okay.
That's no problem. But what I was talking about was the traditional banks. Like Sparkasse is a very big bank in Germany. Postbank, you know, this is what I meant that I'm not sure about. But with these online N26, that's no problem.
But do they issue cards, Visa cards, and online?
Yeah, they do. But I don't know the requirements, you know, for these Visa cards. But just opening a normal bank account online, it's easy for everyone.
You see, we've been hearing news, and I think people have also experienced, like, for UK, I know about UK, using Krata, and they pay them the money, and they try to cheat the people. Which does it happen often in Germany?
Very often. And for me, I don't understand why people do that. You know, it's very sad. There are cases that I had to intervene for people. You know, sometimes they will pay the person. In Germany, normally they pay either at the end of the month or on the 15th of the following month. So you know exactly that your money has been paid. But if you're going for the money, the person will be telling you stories. Even just today I've heard, you know, I'm here, but people still text me, you know. And I don't know why people do that. Someone told me, yeah, they hear me. But it's very bad, you know. I witnessed a case where the person had to pay his bills, you know, but the money was not available, even though they had paid to the person, people around. But the man kept on telling him stories, always stories. There are sometimes that people even take train, go to where the person is, because the person will say, come for your money. You get there and then they'll tell you stories. Oh, it's kind of Mario by next week. It doesn't make sense, you know, because the money comes to your account. And you automatically take your part, which you agreed on before. So just give the person's part to him. It's common sense, but unfortunately, people are like that. It happens. Wherever you heard it, it's true. It's really happening. Yeah.
So, what are some of the things that a first time I need to experience? Like, it seems a day in I say a go through when you come to Germany. Like for me, maybe when I come to Germany, this sort of experience. And definitely when a new person comes, that's what the person is going to. What are some common things?
Common things.
Like you be approached by the cop, the police.
It can happen, it can happen, but that's not even a common thing, because You know, you see all these policemen are, most of them, they are psychologists also. And they read your body language. So it's not everyone that they control. Yeah, you can be living there for 20 years. Police will never approach you. Yeah. But one of the common things that I know is if you get to Germany and you are not disciplined, it will be very difficult for you. You need to be disciplined. Before you come there, whatever character or attitude that you have in Ghana, that has nothing to do with discipline. Leave it behind. Because you're going to be shocked. People are going to tell you things that you've never heard before. You understand? And you'll be like, we didn't care normal or Ghana. But in Germany, it's not normal. Something like a train is supposed to, or let me use bus, train crowd extreme. Bus is supposed to take off at 10 after 5. Then you get there 11 after 5. And you see, when you got there, the bus was there. Yeah. But right in front of you, the driver will move. And you'd be like, wait, wicked. No, he's not wicked. He's just doing his job. You know, in Ghana, you can talk, like, again, yes, our social life, pacho. Yeah. In Germany, let me put it this way. We don't beg in Germany. Yeah. We don't say please, pacho with Germany. And, you know, it sounds crazy if you've been living in Ghana your whole life. Pacho saying. It's like that. If you've offended or you've broken the law and you have to deal with the consequences, you're going to deal with it. The police might tell you, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just doing my job. So yeah, you're impartial and you have to be disciplined because you're going to go through it. Disciplinary measures, no, so you experience it and nobody's out of that. Yeah, this is what I can think of at now. Maybe later I can come up with something else, but this is one thing that is normal in Germany. You'll be forced to be disciplined. Yeah.
How do the German streets, so let's say Ghanaians and other African countries, how do they treat them in terms of work ethics and
like general life, living with them? Okay. Yeah. You know, in most cases, how they treat us is mostly based on the record they have of us. So, there are certain areas that if you are working at those areas or in those areas, it's very likely that a cop will stop you as a black man. Why? Because black people they've engaged in certain activities, which I don't want to go deeper into. Certain activities that don't match with the law. So if you're a black person, even though you might be innocent, but the moment you're working in those areas, they will stop you because automatically they think you are part of those people. You understand? And there, they don't know the difference whether you're a Ghanaian or he's from Nigeria or Guinea. Black is black. Some people even think Africa is a country, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, why would the cops stop you? Is it because of your skin color? No, it's because your brother has done something there that has, how should I say it? That has put you into that situation. Yeah. Let me give you an example. There was one time that I got out of a train or tram. Immediately I got out, the man asked me of my ID. And they normally say Ausweis bitte. Ausweis is ID. So me, I was a little bit shocked, you know, because I just got out of a tram. He said Ausweis bitte. And I was like, why are you controlling only me? Because there are also other people here. And the rest were white. And he said, I said ID is what I'm asking. So I gave him my ID. You know, that place is also not advisable to be arguing with police people, you know. Just do what they are saying.
No.
Yeah. Respectfully. If you want to ask them a question, do it in a respectful manner. Mostly you have to keep your hands down. Yeah. Because they might use it as an argument that you wanted to maybe fight them or something like that. So mostly what I do is if I'm talking to policemen, I put my hands behind my back. When I gave him my ID, I asked him, why is he controlling only me? I don't know if I should explain everything here, but yeah, he checked, everything was okay. I had my documents, everything was intact. I didn't have any criminal record. He asked me to go. I moved about, let's say 10 steps. Another set of police people. They were also controlled. I said, your colleague just controlled me. They said, they don't care. I should thank my people. And what they meant with thanking my people is because of your own people. That's why we are doing this to you. And you know, at that time, I was a little bit angry because I was in a hurry, but somehow I understood them. So coming back to your question, it's their treatment is based on what we have done.
Yeah.
So even if they are hiding behind racism, we have given them that chance.
Yeah.
You understand? So sometimes it's difficult, but I try to put myself in their shoes. Again, there are foreigners, not only blacks per se, but foreigners. It could be white foreigners that are doing so many bad things.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean people are not doing good things. A lot of foreigners are contributing to the growth of Germany. But you know, people are quick to follow the evil or the bad stuff than the good ones, or to concentrate on the bad stuff than the good ones. So they feel like we are living in our country, we've given you the chance to live here, and you're messing up our country.
Yeah.
And that they project that anger onto any foreigner.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we're having it a little bit difficult with them. Yeah, but it all depends on where you find yourself. There are certain areas, even if they see you as a black man being there, you get more respect, because they're like, how did he get here? He must be a special person.
Yes.
The same with the negative one, that there are certain areas, no matter how good you are, they attribute certain things, or they put you in a certain kind of box. It's the same way that there are certain areas, if they find you there, they ask themselves, oh, who is this? They are eager to know you, you know. Let me give you an example. I went to Belgium with my dad. At that time, my dad used to be a Guinness distributor in Germany. He was working with a company called John Martins. It's a very big company in Belgium. So they had a festival and invited all the stakeholders. So we went there. They were only big men, football stars, you know. Now we were the only blacks, my dad and I. You know, they had booked 5-star hotels, you know, huge, or let me say expensive places. And I remember when we were having our breakfast, some people from US came. These were millionaires. So these are not normal people. Some are billionaires. You know, they came up to us. Who are you guys? Where are you from? What are you doing? And then we had to explain to them that, yeah, we're from Germany. You know, this is what we do. And they gave us a whole lot of respect. Yeah. When we left the hotel to the main event, we met a football star from Boyton. He used to play Bayern. And he used to play for Bayern and Belgium national team. You know, we were talking to him, and everyone was okay talking to us, because they felt like if you weren't up to a certain standard, you wouldn't be here. Yeah. So they were okay. But there are some places that if you're black and you go there, they are suddenly they become uncomfortable. Yeah. But at that point, they were comfortable because they knew the status of everybody there. Very good. Yes. And the stuff that you need to pass through to get there. Yeah. So if you are there finally, it means you are qualified to be there. So I would say it all depends on us. You know, there is racism, which I think is something that didn't start today. Yeah. I wouldn't even say racism is white supremacy. You know, they see you and think they are better than you. That's what we basically call racism. It's white supremacy. And that's again based on us. Because a white man will come to Ghana, he will be treated like a king. Yeah. Then he'll come back to his country. He will see you and he will not respect you. Yeah. Because he knows in his country, his people are treating you like an inferior person. And these same people treating you badly come to your country and they get some sort of 5-star treatment. So, you know, and they are owning the stuff, all the big stuff, like Nestle is owning, is it water, all the water, the rights or something like that. You know, big companies in Africa are from Europe. Yes. Yeah, and so it's difficult for them to respect you.
But you see, what you said, it didn't start now, and it's not going to end now. And now we are doing the same to ourselves, like other African countries. Yeah. So, for instance, the Nigerians, when they come to Ghana, so immediately you see a Nigerian dressed in a certain way, you tag the person as a fraud person. Yeah. Even though, so because of majority of them, you see, you have some minority doing good, but majority of them are suffering. Yeah. So when they enter into other African countries, we also try to do what the whites are doing to us.
But there's a difference, you know. I think people misunderstandings. You know, racism and discrimination are two different things. Racism is whereby your fellow human being is telling you he's a better human being than you. You know, no matter how good you are, he will never see you to be a better person. So that one is more deeper than you just discriminating based. I'm not saying that is also good.
Yeah.
But you can't compare it to someone who is telling you I'm a better human being than you, no matter what you do.
No.
You see, with these Nigerians, the example that you made, that people, we have classified all Nigerians or most Nigerians to be fraudsters, is because of certain things that we've seen. That's why we are doing that. So it means if should they change now, we are going to change our perception. Perception. But with racism, no matter what you do, they think that you are a slave.
Yeah.
You see all these footballers. The moment they are performing, they are being hailed. Hey, this guy is good, this guy is good. If you like, make just one mistake, they will start throwing bananas.
Yeah.
With all their status, with all their money. They want to tell you that you are worth nothing. And that's very, very sad.
Yeah. And painful.
Yeah. So racism is something very, I don't call it racism. I call it white supremacy. They want to tell you they are supreme or they are superior than you. And that's something is very painful, like you said, and it's too deep. And only we can change it. Yeah. You know how we can change stuff like that?
Yeah.
When we start becoming confident, more loving ourselves, being proud of what we have and who we are. How do we do that? Anyways, we'll talk behind the scenes, because I might say certain things that I don't know how far this video is going, it can create controversy. We'll talk if you don't mind later.
Yeah.